rotate device. I will. Give me just 1 second. Ah. Hey, look at that. Awesome. Hello, all. Ugh, lighting's kind of bad. Tell you what, try this. Let's try something a little different today. See if this doesn't help the lighting some. Come back here. Hey, not so bad. All right, so what we're doing today is, that was a big win for us. We were, why is that thing not going to hold? Trying to use this fancy schmancy thing we have. I'm not sure if it's going to do it. Maybe. We may have to go back to our old-fashioned one. Finally found a charger that's working to charge this one, but it may be too dead. Yep, too dead. That is enough of that. Sorry about that. I was trying to use that fancy schmancy camera. It doesn't have enough charge to do the job because I'd lost the charger for a while, but now it's back. So we will be using that in the future. But let me get into the other tripod. I'm sorry if my videos freeze. That was probably me getting it flipped out. And we are going to cut clutch number 15. Now, what clutch number 15? Now I can go back around this side. I got more room to work, no cord in the way. What clutch number 15 is a lesser pastel to a lesser. So we're going to be looking for, of course, BELS. And this will be a quick one. The reason this will be a quick one is because there are no field goal posts on top of Rusty. I don't think we tore them down. Now, I'll be honest, Question Girl and I behaved ourselves and we did not rush the field. So we were nice. Let me flip this. Well, that's not going to do very good. Okay, that was a weird thing. Yes. Coming from YouTube there. Sorry about that, guys. It just kind of kicked me off for a second. So this is what we're working with today. Sorry about the frozen screen. Again, they did send us the contract for the internet, so we will get it. We will get that back, make that better. Hopefully, we're going to try to do it this way today. So we're going to try something a little different with these guys. And that is, I'm going to try to do it where I can still see what you guys see and maybe respond to some of the comments that are coming in. I will be paying more attention to what I'm doing, obviously. Now, as you can see, a lot of these guys have already pipped. Once we cut them, I'll gladly show you the parents. But let's start. Got myself all disinfected. Some scissors, some snippy snip. Chevys are gross. What are you talking about? Chevys are awesome. Here goes nothing. We're going to start with this. They've all pipped. I checked earlier today, and a couple had pipped. So I knew we'd be cutting today. I didn't expect all of them to have pipped by the time I got home. Well, I can see this one's moving a lot in there. And see if I can open that up a little bit so y'all can see in there. That looks like most likely a Mojave, maybe a Mojave pastel. Or sorry, lesser pastel. No Mojave in this clutch. Lesser. We're dealing with lesser. I'm missing a lot of the comments, guys. If I don't say anything, it's because whoa, I did see that. Spider ball pythons can have seizures. Well, I guess they can, but any python can technically have a seizure. Spiders are no more prone to seizures than any other snake. I've heard nothing that would suggest that they are. I mean, you know, it's just not the case. Not the case at all. There is another one. Definitely got Mojave in it. You can see it moving really well. There's always going to be some spider comments, huh? And Anna, did you get my message? I tried to watch the video you sent of the haunted house, but I can't watch it on mine. You're going to have to send it to Erin. I sent you her number, so shoot that over to her and we'll watch it. Well, if you're being sarcastic, awesome. Sometimes I can't tell that on here. So if that's the case, then good. Ooh, this is a pretty one. So far, though, no bells. Got some more Mojave in there, but also no normals. So I'm pretty sure this guy right here is going to end up being a normal. Let's see about opening this one up. I sent it to text message. Basically, I responded to the one you sent me, and you're my biggest troll. Oh, I don't know about that, dude. I got some serious trolls. But we will definitely like to show some more hots. We have some pretty cool plans for our hots long term on how we want to do that. So just some things we're waiting on things to come in, and we'll be able to do some cool stuff with them. There's some more at least Mojave goodness. Or sorry, lesser. I've got Mojave on the brain today, apparently. Now, when you cut one of these, one you don't have to, but I still like to cut them. So here's kind of how I do that. Usually I cut close to it, like that, but I don't try to cut the head out. And then what you can do, if you want to free that up, is just get it close. Get it close. And then you can simply usually just give it a little bitty pull on the egg, not the snake. And there you go. Now we have a bigger hole. He was able to get his head in. You know, pretty simple stuff. And then we can cut a little more. We can see what we got. That one is what I thought. That is a normal. So far, no bells. But guys, I'll be honest. I'm sorry that you can't see anything. I know the video buffeting kind of sucks, guys. I really do. But the good news is we have internet coming here very, very soon. It's part of the building process. So that will help. I did know this one was a bell. So I did save the one that I knew for sure till the end. That way we can always end on a high note, right? So here we go. We'll flip that flat back. Bloop. Bell. Beautiful, beautiful bell. Hold up so you guys can see in there a little bit better. I get to focus where I want. There you go. All nice and white. So, odds-wise, how did we do? Well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs. So you would expect, 1 in 4 odds on the bell. You'd expect to hit 1 to 2. We hit 1. We also have 1 to 4 odds on the normal. We only hit 1 normal. And then we didn't hit any single gene pastels. So that's interesting. And we had a lot of lesser stuff. So all in all, not bad. I'll definitely take it. So, that's about what you would expect, right? That's kind of where they should be on those odds. So what we're going to do now is I'll flip this around here. Oh. Yeah, I'm good with the odds on that. I am perfectly good with that. I mean, it ain't like we didn't smash it. We didn't miss on it. We were kind of right where we ought to be. And truth be told, that is what you want. Now, we're going to go over to Patreon for a bit here in a minute. So for those of you that aren't on Patreon, you really probably should be, because I checked my availability list today, and I've got nothing but normals. They bought everything else. So the chances of us going to a show and purchasing are slim to none. Now, one thing I am doing is it's cold. I'm going to be here for a little while today. So I'll show you a little trick I do just to keep these somewhat warm. I mean, they're not truly incubated anymore. We just slide them in the rack and pull a tub out and get them back there to the heat. That way they can stay somewhat warm, and it'll kind of help keep them where they're going. So, all right, guys, me and my messy hair don't care. We're probably going to hop up off of here unless there's a few questions or anything we can get to really quick for you. If there is, ask them now that I'm actually paying attention. We do not ship snakes to the UK currently, Disney on Wheels. I wish we did, but it's really, from the shipping company I use, it seems to be rather expensive to do, and there's probably better ways to get them to you guys than honestly through me. Oh yeah, that's right, the parents. I will show you the parents. The Sable Morph, never worked with it. There wasn't anything in it that screamed to me like, oh, gotta have. And with that, I just kind of ignored it, because it's also not good with spider, and I already have too much spider. Let me show you some parents. Somebody asked where my hat is. Believe it or not, I don't wear a hat all the time. We do on video, you know. People thought I was bald for the longest time, but see, not quite. Still got some there. We'll see you later, DA Exotics. So, let me show you mom and dad. Now, mom is right down here. He's still going to look a little bit skinny, right? Because that wasn't mom. Where is you? Where are you, mom? Because she just had eggs. So you got to keep that. There she is. This is mom here, right there. So she's still a little skinny, still putting weight back on, but it's a really nice lesser. You know, nothing crazy. I use Herp Stats. These guys right there, it's a Herp Stat 6, but you can get a 1 or a 2. I use more 2s than anything. So that was a mom, and then dad was this guy over here. This is a snake that only eats small meals. Always looks a little bit skinny, but that's just kind of him. He's always been that way since I had him. I bought him as an adult. So he does really good. Let me flip that around. All right, so now I'm back. Got a good show with the parents there. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on here. What do I think of the Tech and K-State game? Do you mean the Tech and KU game? Or do you mean the upcoming Tech and K-State game? Tech's a weird team, man. I mean, you saw them like take Baylor to the end. I mean, to the ropes. Should have beat Baylor. Had Baylor beat, but then they lost to KU. So, and a few other people. KU played a hell of a game, but still, I just think that, yeah, man. See, I do have hair. I promise, it's all there. I think K-State's got the edge in that, but it ain't a guarantee. The booty warrior. Off the bald spot. There is no glare off the bald spot. Look, if I had a way to show you the back of my head, I would. It's all there, I promise. It's holding its own. Y'all, I won't be bald before 40. That's all I give a shit about. No, Joe, I probably won't. I probably won't. The reason I probably won't is Patreon, man. They take up everything. Like, I've got one bumblebee here that's because I'm waiting to ship it out to one of our members, you know? They just, everything goes there for the most part. And that's great. I mean, it's great for me. So see me for Farmageddon. I will be there. I will be at Farmageddon. For those of you that don't know, Farmageddon is K-State, Iowa State rivalry. And the Reptile House is coming along. Man, guys, I love what it looks like now, you know? I love the rock wall, although we do need to seal that all up. Otherwise, I think that's going to be a nightmare. I love the way the racks look in here. I love the way the white looks with the purple. You know, I do. I love this place. I love my little artistic lizard on the wall, my carving. Yeah, we'll probably do a little more things like that. It's just great. It's so nice being in here. You know, I just love it. Uh, yeah, you can email me. I mean, emails take me a while to get to because I'll be honest, we just get a lot, and I don't always get to all of them as quickly as I should, or you know, I feel bad about that. But we will definitely try. And I will not ban you for being a fan of Iowa State. That would be pretty petty. KU fans will get out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They're all welcome here. Not enough rattlers. There's never enough. So currently, I mean, I guess that depends on your question. Do you mean in this house, or do you mean that I have? Because if you're talking in the house, I've got 3. I do plan on adding more to this house. I own more that are kept off site. That some are owned by me personally, some are owned by my reptile shop I'm a part owner of that are on display there. So like, you know, we'll have more showing here. And the goal is, when we first got into them, we bought a collection, they end up in a rack. And I really don't like a rack for rattlesnakes. I don't like it. It's not my favorite thing. I'm trying to get them all out of a racking system and either on display or here in nice caging I can see into. That's where I'm really going towards with them. That's the goal. So we'll definitely get there. The Cayman's doing good. It's eating again. And we first moved over here, it didn't eat for the longest time. I do need to still put a new heat source in. It's getting to be wintertime. It doesn't eat in front of me, so I'm able to film it or show anything with that. It just, you didn't miss the cutting. We got 1 bell out of 6 eggs, not too bad. And it just eats in private. So I have to put food in, leave, and then the food disappears. You know, it's just a weird thing with him. And he was that way when he was a baby. So it'll take him a little while to get there. And man, my favorite mahogany combos. Oh, I think there's so many things that are yet to be done. I don't necessarily have one that uh, I could pick on. Yes, there will be a new cage for Kali. I'm hoping the new cage will settle her down some. That's my hope. I mean, she's got plenty of space lengthwise, but I think it's a little thin. So if we give her some more width, that might help. And that's pretty good. I mean, for growing, I'd say 4 to 6 weeks for shed. And well, Sour, what was your question? They come in so quick, I don't always see them all. Or trying to focus on one, I have to kind of let some things go and I try to get back to it. So yes, hashtag controversial. I'm not sure what is controversial. How do you get on Patreon, Chad? Well, first you got to go to the website, www.patreon.com/Olympus Reptiles, sign up, and there you go. I mean, there is a fee. It starts at $1, gets you some very a little bit of access. $5 gets you full access, and it's tiered on up from there. It gets you access. $5 gets you access to all of our animals. It gets you access to all of our posts, all of our videos, all of our monthly specials, everything. So every time I do a video here, I do one there too. So I love GH1. If you could have any new gene right now, what would it be? So that was the question. Oh shit. I mean, I don't know. You know, I mean, we're kind of at. I guess right now, if I could just grab something up, it might be acid. I think I'd like to play with that, and we might end up getting into some acid at some point in time. Not like dropping acid, that would be illegal, but like ball python acid morph, just for clarification. I usually cut around 54, 55 days, or when they first pip. These being ones that pipped. As far as the red western, she's doing great. Still just as bitchy as ever. Let's all drop acid. Yeah, and see, tomorrow I get called in to get P tested at work. This conversation. Acid and Desert Ghost. We already got into Desert Coast really heavy. So I think for me, it would definitely be acid. You know, I saw some acid up close and personal. I was in Florida. I wanted to film it. Just never got a chance to. Uh, but that is a project I would like to get into at some point and really push. I think it can do some cool stuff. I've seen it with Blitz, which would be really cool already. So, and yeah, Banana's been mixed to Xanthic, Madeline. I just don't think it came out. I don't know if everybody loves it, so you don't see it as much. And bamboo, I've never really been a bamboo guy. It's cool, but it's too similar to lesser. Uh, no. Yes and no. On the will there ever be a rattlesnake that you can free handle like a ball? There are some now. I mean, there are rattlesnakes out there that are nice enough to do that. But every time you do, you'd be taking that risk, and that risk isn't fair. It would never, even if I had one that I thought was calm enough, and I do actually. I think Reaper's calm enough. I think I could probably get away without the Reaper. You know, but the thing is, every time I would do it, I'm taking that risk. And taking that risk isn't fair to me, and it isn't fair to the snake. And what I mean is, if I get, or other keepers, like I hate when I see people doing that in their private collection. Now, if you want to go and do a handling show somewhere in some event or whatnot, where that's expected, that's one thing, you know. But when you do that in your, or in the churches, you know, if you want to do that in your churches, that's one thing, because it's kind of expected there. When you do that as a private keeper in your house with your you know, your private pet, and you're doing it to get, you know, YouTube views, or you're doing it to get whatever the hell you're doing it for, or you're just doing it to do it, and it goes south, you know, and it may you're taking that, you're giving that opportunity to it to go south. And anytime you're putting your hands, anytime you work with one, you're taking a risk. But when you're going free handling, hands on with something that venomous, you're really putting yourself in a risky position. Uh, and if it goes south, not only have you had a bad day, but then that's what goes and puts all that. Well, people shouldn't have this. People shouldn't keep those. That's what gives all of the keepers of venomous snakes, and in general, it trickles down to pythons too. It gives us a bad name, right? It gives us a bad name. So that's kind of my thing. I'm not a big fan of that. I miss something about walking on them. I've never seen anybody walk on top of anything. So, hmm. Uh, Stormtrooper, yeah, but I haven't seen that's genetic yet. It'd be really cool. And bad names do suck, but you think about it. Every time you hear of somebody getting bit, that's a pet keeper. It makes the news. You know, it doesn't make the news when some dude gets bit out hunting. It doesn't make the news when a jogger gets bit, or it made the local news. You know, it doesn't make the news on those kind of things. It doesn't. But when a person with a pet in a house in a neighborhood gets bit, that snake gets out, it makes the news. It shows up on people's feeds. Everybody reads it. And all of a sudden, all of us have to deal with that. And it makes all venomous keepers look like shit. So I am not a fan of free handling as a keeper. Like, I'll never do that in my house. I'm not going to say I'll never do something crazy with an animal. I'm not going to say I never have. But uh, there's a time and a place for everything. And one of my pets here, as a private keeper of venomous reptiles, trying to show off on YouTube certainly isn't it. It's not. That's just my feeling. Uh, you know, it is what it is. So some people may say have different opinions, and that's what's great. Everybody's allowed to have different opinions. Oh, I've never seen the church ones I've seen. I've never seen them necessarily step on them, uh, but I haven't watched that many. They do walk around and dance with them, you know. But there's, yeah, if you're stepping on top of them and standing on them, that'd probably not be very good. You could break a spine putting your weight on one pretty easy. Who's this guy? Where's Brian and Chewy? Well, if Brian and Chewy want to come hang out here, them dudes would be more than welcome. Either one of them, one at a time or both. You know, I'll even put them up in the house. It's cool. And it did, and a lot of those preachers have died. And the thing is, oh, you know, I mean, I'm a big believer in freedom, and if that's your religious freedom, it's the United States, it's America. You should be able to express it. You know, as long as you're not hurting the animal. Now, if they're walking on top of them, I have a problem with that. I think there should be some responsibility of what they're keeping to keep it properly. I do. But if they want to use that animal in a religious ceremony for what they believe, hey, knock yourself out because it's not hurting me. You know, that's a big thing. As long as what you're doing isn't hurting me, then I'm okay with it. As long as what you're doing isn't affecting the rest of us, I'm okay with it. You know, if you want to keep a pet tiger, as long as you keep it right, I don't care. But most people can't keep it right. It's the same kind of thing. And I am located in Kansas, not Montana, right in the middle of Kansas. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We will flip around here and show Zeus really quick. And then, after I show you guys a quick picture of Zeus, we will have to hop off of here. I'll show you a few more snakes. The best way to get in touch with me, David, we'll do that one on Patreon for you. I got to check her for eggs anyway. There is Zeus. Oh, I scared you. Sorry, buddy. And then I'll show you another one that's growing really well. I'm really excited about. She might tag the camera here. And that is our pastel freeway. Here, I'm going to put you away for you do tag that camera. You can kind of see her juicing up. Another one I'm really excited about is this girl here. And of course, if you look at her sides, I just heard her guts rumble. Oh, she is a Calabi. This is one we produced. I really love that one. So, on Marcus Jane and Exantic, I haven't heard of his lines compatible with any other line, but Marcus Jane's reputable. So I wouldn't have a problem there. I wouldn't buy it not knowing if it's compatible with what I run in SK. But, you know, if I was going to work that, or I knew what it was compatible with, I'd have no problem buying from Marcus Jane. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. But I got to dip out, slide over to Patreon, do a little quick video over there. There, guys, for those of you on Patreon, we are going to go over. I'm going to show you the clutch that I just set up today, which includes a bunch of scaleless head stuff. So get ready to check that out. And also, we'll be announcing when we're going to do our next special. All right, guys, we'll see you soon.